Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our virtual Student Parent Resource Fair. For those of you who don't know, this is a virtual event hosted by Ram Kids Village at Colorado State University, which is an amazing program that supports parenting students on campus in a variety of different ways. This year, given our services are virtual, we're hosting this virtual resource fair to share a variety of important resources with our student parents. My name is Laura, and I'm the Assistant Manager of Outreach and Marketing at RKV, so I'll be hosting today's meeting and guiding us along the way. Today, we are discussing housing resources in an amazing program known as Neighbor to Neighbor, which is about 13 minutes away from campus. And with that, I would like to introduce Aaliyah Rodriguez, the amazing program manager of Neighbor to Neighbor, to discuss how all of you can utilize this resource. Hi, Aaliyah.
Hi, thank you for having me, Laura.
Of
Uh,
course, yes. Thank you for being here.
mhm.
So,
As she said,
oh, sorry, go on.
that's okay. So as she said, I'm the program manager here at Neighbor to Neighbor. So I'm responsible for managing our housing counseling programs, which we'll get more into detail later. Neighbor to Neighbor is a local nonprofit that was founded in 1970 when a local Fort Collins family had fallen behind on their mortgage. And the neighbors really banded together to help that family keep their home. And that's really what we were founded on. We're founded on the idea of neighbors helping neighbors find and maintain stable housing. At Neighbor to Neighbor, we really believe that housing is the bedrock to success in all other aspects of life. And so that's really what we're all about.
I think that is so important, especially now with COVID-19. I think a lot of families are really struggling to pay their rent for various reasons. So I think this is an especially important resource, of course, now, but maybe even after this COVID stuff clears up. And so I was wondering, could you go into more detail what Neighbor to Neighbor can help with?
Definitely. So for our rent assistance program, that's open to all Larimer or Weld County residents. And we have two types of rent assistance that we offer. We have our homelessness prevention program, and that is for someone who is currently in a rental and has fallen behind and need help catching back up. And then our second type of rent assistance is first month's rent assistance. That is for someone who is moving into a new rental and needs help with that first a portion of their first month's rent towards that new rental, since it can get pretty expensive to move right now in Larimer County with deposits and first month's rent, credit checks, all the things you have to pay to get into the apartment. So that first month's rent assistance was created to help kind of ease all of those fees. Um, After rent assistance, we also have mortgage counseling. We're not able to help financially with our mortgage counseling. That's really for homeowners who have fallen behind in their mortgage and are looking for guidance and education around what next steps they can take to avoid foreclosure. So we work as advisors and advocates for them to talk to their servicer and avoid foreclosure. The Housing Search Assistance Program is for people looking for rentals in Larimer County. It's mostly online resources at this point. So if you go to our website, all of our housing search assistance resources are there. We have a great 10 to 15 minute video that you can watch that gives really good pointers on how to start your search, how to figure out an affordable rent range based on your income, and how to talk to landlords and be prepared when you go in to fill out your online application or your application for the new apartment. And then lastly, we have homeownership advising. That's for people who are looking to start their journey towards homeownership. We used to do in-person classes for this, but with COVID-19, it's all online. So you can register for the class online through our website. And it's a go at your own pace class that you complete that just goes over all the ins and outs of how to prepare to become a homeowner. After you complete the class, then a homeownership advisor follows up with you, goes over the basics of the process with you, and is able to answer more questions around your journey that you may have. All of these October program updates here on the right are mainly referring to our rent assistance. And as you can see, we've had an extreme increase in need in our area because of COVID-19.
Yes, oh, for sure. And see, what I love about this is it's a good combination between financial assistance, but also education. So they're not just going in here and just receiving like financial support, they're also finding support with finding homes that are affordable, and of course, learning where to find these and how to go about that as well. And so I think that is really helpful. And so say a student parent is looking at this and they are very interested, how would they apply for this?
Yeah, so what you're seeing on the screen is the process to apply specifically for our rent assistance. So you would just go to our website on the rent assistance page, and you can click that apply now button, and it takes you to our online portal to create an account and submit your application. You'll want to make sure that you're following all 6 of these steps to submit your application, and you'll get a confirmation email from us that it's been received. The great thing about this online portal is you're able to communicate with us directly through it. You're also able to immediately start uploading the required documents that we'll need to process your application. So you'll get it in an email as well, but we'll need the clients will need your photo ID, we'll need your current lease agreement, and also your proof of income. We have really high application volumes right now, so it could take up to 2 weeks for us to reach out and process your application. But in the meantime, if you're able to upload these documents, it helps the process go a little bit faster. You would also follow this process if you're applying for that first month's rent assistance program. You would create an account in our portal, and you would just click the first month's rent instead of the emergency rent to apply for that.
So it sounds like a very easy and straightforward process. And if they have any questions along the way while they're filling out the application, they can always reach out to your team. Is that right?
Yes, and if you don't have access to a computer or to the internet, then just give us a call and we can complete your application over the phone. We also have the application available in Spanish on our website, uh, and we have 2 bilingual counselors that can take the information over the phone if they're unable to complete it online.
See, I really like that option as well because our student parents come from all sorts of backgrounds and speak many different languages. So it's nice that your program is also very inclusive in that way. That's another plus of Neighbor to Neighbor. I think our student parents will really appreciate. And I always ask this for each resource, but are there any fees that they should be aware of along the process?
Nope, there's no fees to apply for our programs.
Awesome. So that makes it easy. And are there any changes due to COVID-19?
Yeah, so the process we've been discussing so far are a little different than how we used to offer our programs. We used to do all of our appointments in person, and it was on a walk-in basis. So you would have to come in during certain times to apply for our programs. Now, due to COVID-19, we're all working remotely, and that has made access, I think, a little bit easier for people. You're able to apply anytime as long as you fill out that online application. So, and then the counselors reach out for phone appointments instead of doing it in person.
And speaking of phone numbers, this is the number that you can reach to Neighbor at 970-484-7498. They also have an email and a Facebook you can go to for updates. And their usual office hours are 8 to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and on Friday, 8 to 12 p.m. But yes, they usually respond right away. I know I've been working with them a little bit just for this resource fair, and I received a response within 24 hours. For the application, of course, Leah mentioned that could take up to 2 weeks, but for phone numbers and emails, you should expect a response right away, which is really helpful. Aaliyah, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, these are the best ways to contact us.
Awesome, that is good to hear. And so at this point, I'd like to share a video on their website detailing the importance of Neighbor to Neighbor. I just want all of you to know that there's so many people who use this resource, and it can be easy to feel maybe even a little bit ashamed or whatever it may be. But I want you to know that people from all sorts of backgrounds and financial backgrounds are using this, and I think it just is wonderful when you have this community of people to reach out to and just know about this resource. So I'd like to just share this video sharing how Neighbor to Neighbor has helped various individuals. And I'll play it here for us now.
Hello, welcome to my house.
Hi, welcome to my home.
Welcome to my home.
While I was in the RV, I was kind of not the happiest person. I was pretty sad and kind of down on myself, but now that I have a sustainable living place and everything like that, I'm a lot more proactive with the things I want to do and getting things done. So they're pretty proud of me that I'm actually starting to pull my life together and have a life.
I said to her, I said, you know, I don't know if I'm worthy. And she said, of course you're worthy. And I was like, there are just so many other people that need. And she goes, it's your turn. You know, you've always helped, and it's your time. And it's okay. You know, we're all worthy. At some time, we all need help. And that's what we're here for.
And neighbor to neighbor, if it wasn't for the help that they gave me financially, I would not be sitting here, because I wouldn't have had the financial means to put my daughter and myself under a roof again.
On average, I did keep a seizure log, and they were happening roughly every 3 to 4 weeks. So this is a big accomplishment for me to go over 100 days.
It's my sanctuary. For me, being home is something that brings me joy.
It's just a safe place that I can go with my daughter at the end of every day, where I know I don't have to worry.
This is probably the best adult life or adult year in my life that I've ever had so far, because of Disabled Resource Services and Neighbor to Neighbor.
You guys were phenomenal. And on top of, you know, the financial assistance, she made sure that I had every resource around that could possibly help me. You know, when it came to financial assistance, you know, anything that I would need, she gave me different resources I could reach out to past neighbor to neighbor, so that if I did need additional help in any other circumstance, that I knew where to turn, and I knew that I didn't have to feel alone. And that, to me, was going above and beyond, and I was so humbled and so thankful for everything that you guys did for me, so thank you.
Okay, so there you have it. I just wanted to share that with all of you, because what I mentioned earlier about, you know, feeling shame, I know even for Rams Against Hunger, for that resource you mentioned, I know it's a common concern among students and other adults that you don't want to take resources away from other people, so you don't apply, or you maybe feel ashamed because you feel like, oh, you shouldn't be struggling in this way. But I still think it's so important to ask for help if you need it. And I really liked what that one woman in the video said, that, you know, it's your turn and it's okay, and we are all worthy of help, and all you have to do is ask. And that's what I was saying earlier about, don't feel ashamed. Like these resources are here for you. They are here to help you. And so I think that's what having a community is all about. So that's why I'm really happy that we have resources like Neighbor to Neighbor to help with rent assistance and whatever else you may need. And so that's why I wanted to share that video. And this is just a final thought to end on. And I'd just like to thank Aaliyah Rodriguez again for speaking with us again today. And I'm just so happy that we got to learn more about Neighbor to Neighbor. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to them. But if you need a little bit of help along the way, you can also reach out to Rams Kids Village, our staff, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. And of course, help get you in contact with these resources if you need the help. So thank you again, Aaliyah, for coming, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. Bye.